quick explanation on how dangerous this actually would be. And to start off, we're going to do it in groups, and this is going to be in parts. So the first part is the legendary Sannin. And since the Hidden Leaf have no issues whatsoever, that this guy Orochimaru is just somewhat less of a freak than he already is. In other words, instead of him being in the forest biting underage children and luring them down to his den like he's P. Diddy or something, this is his intelligence and benefits towards the Hidden Leaf village. And on top of that, since he's an ally to the Hidden Leaf village, his overall strength should also be highlighted, able to land a strong blow to a Naruto cloak, 4 tails to be exact. Also, in case y'all forgot, Orochimaru is strong enough to kill a 4th Kazekage, hide the body, and also impersonate them. And all that was early Naruto. Also, he had a full grasp of reanimation jutsus. Oh, and by the way, did y'all forget that he have obtained immortality? Because he used his living corpse jutsu on a Zetsu that was containing Hashirama cells, which doesn't need food or water to sustain itself. So imagine the things he could come up with the Hidden Leaf support. But as of the 2 legendary Sannins, if there was no problem in the Hidden Leaf village, these 2 would not be in contention for the 5th Hokage role. You want to know why? Because if there was no problems whatsoever, Minato would still be alive along with Kushina. So Tsunade probably off gambling somewhere, still dealing with the trauma that she'd been dealing with for years. Heck, Jiraiya would still be traveling the world looking up material for his new book. But this is where some things become different here now. Jiraiya will probably pop back and forth between the Hidden Leaf village, visiting more often, simply because he knows the village is in good hands under Minato. And also this timeline, Naruto has both his parents, and Jiraiya, aka the Godfather / Grandpa, he'll probably help out with the training that Minato is doing to Naruto.
I'm tired of this, Grandpa! That's too damn bad!
And on top of that, Jiraiya will probably be there for all of Naruto's big events and achievements, just because he knows how much that will mean to Minato.
Out of Peppy!
And we already know about the strength feats. He almost solo Pain one-on-one. She can heal an entire village by herself. I just went over the legendary Sannin and how things would be completely different if there was no problems in the Hidden Leaf village whatsoever. Next up, we got the 2 Fang over Fang attack that actually matters. But in this timeline, Kakashi's father, Sakumo, actually lived. He didn't self-delete himself. He actually lived. And some people are saying that it will mess up the timeline too dramatically, but that wouldn't happen because Kakashi's father died when he was 6 years old. And at this point, Kakashi was already a Chunin at 6 years old. But don't get me wrong, his father's death did motivate him to become the best ninja that he could be and close himself off to everything. So just so we have a full understanding of this, Kakashi was going to be a genius regardless. And if he trained under his father, who was well known for being a great ninja, I'm pretty sure that would speed up his progress that he did on his own. Oh yeah, and the odd thing about him getting a Sharingan, I'm sorry to let y'all know this, he's getting a Sharingan regardless. Obito getting crushed by a rock is a canon event. That has nothing to do with the Hidden Leaf having problems or not. But instead, after Kakashi gets the eye and then run, he uses his Chidori to blow up the rock and heals Obito. Somehow he's living through this. And just so we're clear, Kakashi would still invent the Chidori because that was the original move that he invented. To be honest, with the health of his father that's actually alive, he probably will learn it faster. I will also say that these 2 wouldn't have Kamui, but in this timeline, sadly, Ren's death would still be a canon event because with the Hidden Leaf this much of a superpower, we'll have more enemies than ever and will come up with way more cunning and trifling ways to tear down this entire organization. So basically, they would still put the 3 tails Jinchuriki inside Ren, but this time Obito and Kakashi are both with Ren at this moment, trying to protect her and see what's wrong, yada yada yada, and then boom, hole in her chest. But this time Obito will witness it from a different lens where he will know exactly what's going on and not completely blame Kakashi. And that will solve most of the issues in Shippuden, all because Ren wanted to do her best Ace impression. So basically, in this timeline where Kakashi ain't visiting more funerals than a mafia boss, the only person that dies no matter what is Ren. And in this timeline, he has Obito and his father to console in. So far, I have already discussed the 3 legendary Sannin in this timeline, and Obito and Kakashi, and also Kakashi's father Sakumo. And the reason I didn't cover Asuma is because not much would change in regards to him. So in this timeline, I'm explaining from the weakest to the strongest. So I want y'all to understand. So Asuma is technically the weakest, even though he is classified as a Kage level threat. And then slightly above him would be the 3 legendary Sannin. And then above them would be the new version of Kakashi and Obito. And then above them would be Sakumo. In which a lot of people don't notice, but Minato even said when Sakumo was alive, he was more powerful than all 3 of the legendary Sannin. So now that we got those out the way, now we can start talking about the absolutely OP characters. The top 5. The top 5 that are left that are in this picture, they will be the new run on site list. In the current Naruto timeline, there have only been 2 people that have been qualified for the on-site list, and that is Shisui and Minato. But in this world, there will be 5, and 3 of them are Uchiha. So now that we're talking about the top 5 shinobis, they're not necessarily going to be in order, and that's mainly because I want to talk about Shisui. And in this world, basically, we killed Danzo off early, because Danzo was the main problem for everybody's situation. And basically, in this timeline, Shisui is basically the most powerful Uchiha since Madara, rivaling only Fukaku. He will be the one to still keep his flee on sight order.
Yakugan.
Keep that pistol on my side. Cases fumes.
We're retreating. But Captain, we are in grave danger. It's Shisui the teleporter.
Shisui will still be the top shinobi. In this timeline, he will probably be the head of the Anbu Black Ops, working under Fugaku, probably working alongside his good friend Itachi Uchiha. And also in this case, they will probably help each other master Genjutsu to a different level with their Sharingan. Itachi and Shisui will still be able to create absolutely insane Genjutsus where you wouldn't be able to actually look in their direction. They will only need to use this row. Basically, for all this to happen in this picture, all of the hidden leaf problems, specifically the hidden leaf problems, will have to cease to exist. First problem to solve is if Madara just chilled the fuck out and the Uchiha and Senju just low-key be boys and they low-key never hated each other. Also, if Tobirama don't be, Tobirama.
Don't trust them new niggas over there.
Didn't somebody tell you this was an all-white party? Huh? Someone get this jigaboo away from me.
Basically, if he treated the Uchiha with respect. And then there's Danzo. I'm sorry, but not sorry. We should just put him in the dirt immediately. He's the type that's high-key racist, but low-key want to be that same race at the same time. But when you call him out on it, he want to crash out. So the only solution is to literally put him in the dirt. Already covered Orochimaru. All he has to do is literally not bite underage children in the forest and lure them to his lair. Also, these three wouldn't be an issue because the legendary Sannin would have just left them out in the wilderness to die. Let's do a quick recap and all their positions. If there's no problems in the Hidden Leaf altogether, Orochimaru will be advancing all the Hidden Leaf's technology. So now that he is training the next generation of healers and making the Hidden Leaf superior in medical ninjutsu. Jiraiya is just chilling in a cut, being the perfect godfather / grandpa to Naruto. And then Asuma is on the same level as them because he's technically a Kage level threat. He just happened to go against a person that just can't die. Kakashi and Obito will be relegated to being the guards of the Hokage, aka his personal security. Meanwhile, Sakumo will probably be the head military force of the Hidden Leaf's army, or he will be teaching a class on military strategy. Whether Kakashi have a Sharingan or not, he was still an elite ninja. And if Obito had both Sharingans, it's game over, even if he don't have Kamui. Fukaku, in a sense, will be a Shadow Hokage, and he will have Anbu forces under him, led by both Itachi and Shisui. So if anything were to happen outside the village, they would be the first to respond. And of course, we have Minato as Hokage, and we have this man, Guy Sensei, as a walking kamikaze. He's our last resort.